Have you ever caught a whiff of that unmistakable, lingering odor from an older gentleman who swears he's just showered and feels perfectly clean? It's an awkward, unspoken reality that hits close to home for many men over 70, quietly eroding confidence and dignity without a single word of warning. Yet it's not about poor hygiene, but subtle bathroom habits that shift with age and sabotage your freshness from the inside out. In this video, we're diving deep into the 5 most overlooked culprits behind that unwanted old man smell, from wiping techniques that no longer cut it to ventilation traps you never saw coming, all backed by real stories and simple fixes that reclaim your self-respect and make you radiate vitality again. Stick around until the very end, because the final habit is a game changer most guys have never even considered. One that could transform your daily routine overnight and leave you feeling unstoppable, no matter your age. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video, you can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. Number 1. Skipping the proper wipe technique. One of the most significant and widespread reasons for persistent body odor in older men is an aspect of daily hygiene that's frequently overlooked, simply because it seems too fundamental or embarrassing to even bring up in conversation. We're talking about wiping properly after using the toilet, a step that might feel like an intensely personal and unspoken routine, yet it's having a profound, often unnoticed impact on your overall scent, particularly as the natural changes of aging take hold. It's not about judgment. It's about understanding how small shifts in our bodies can turn a simple habit into a subtle but stubborn source of discomfort. As we cross the threshold into our 70s and beyond, the physical realities of aging become impossible to ignore. Our joints may stiffen from years of wear and tear, or conditions like arthritis can limit our range of motion in ways that make everyday tasks feel like quiet battles. That simple act of reaching back to wipe thoroughly, it can transform from a quick, effortless motion into something awkward and strained, leading many men to cut corners without even realizing it. Perhaps you lean forward a bit too hastily or settle for a few cursory passes, convinced it's sufficient. But in truth, these unintentional shortcuts can leave behind microscopic traces of residue that, over the course of hours or days, ferment into an off-putting odor that's far more noticeable to others than to yourself. Consider the mechanics of it. Even a tiny amount of leftover material doesn't just vanish. It interacts with the warm, moist environment of the skin, where bacteria naturally flourish, breaking it down into compounds that release a pungent smell. This isn't limited to the immediate aftermath. Those traces can transfer to your underwear, seep into the fabric of your pants, and even linger on bed sheets if you're prone to afternoon rests. Suddenly, what started as a private oversight spills over into your living spaces, creating a faint but pervasive aroma that follows you from room to room, or worse, clings to furniture and subtly alters the air in shared environments like a family gathering or a doctor's waiting room. Compounding this challenge is the over-reliance on dry toilet paper as the sole cleaning method. While it's a staple we've used for decades, dry paper often proves inadequate on its own, especially when stools become looser, a frequent side effect of aging, dietary shifts toward softer foods, or medications like laxatives or blood pressure pills that affect digestion. Instead of lifting away debris cleanly, dry wiping can inadvertently smear it across the skin, embedding particles into the delicate creases and folds around the area. And if your lifestyle involves extended periods of sitting, whether it's in a favorite armchair watching the game, at a desk tinkering with hobbies, or simply relaxing after meals, that residue has ample time to settle and intensify, turning a minor issue into a daily one. Tight-fitting or absorbent underwear only amplifies the problem, acting like a sponge that traps and concentrates the moisture and scent, preventing it from dissipating naturally. It's crucial to emphasize here that this isn't a matter of personal cleanliness or laziness. It's a practical hurdle born from the body's evolution over time. Your skin's natural barriers might not regenerate as robustly, and sweat glands can produce a slightly different composition of perspiration, making odors more prone to developing. Add to that the gradual decline in olfactory sensitivity that comes with age. Studies show that after 60, our ability to detect subtle scents can diminish by up to 50%, and you have a perfect storm. You're blissfully unaware while those around you pick up on it from across the room. This disconnect can lead to heartbreaking social ripple effects. You might step into a conversation feeling perfectly at ease, only for friends or family to unconsciously shift away, masking their discomfort with polite smiles or abrupt topic changes. They hesitate to mention it, out of respect or awkwardness, leaving you in the dark while whispers circulate or invitations dwindle. It's an unfair isolation, one that erodes self-assurance without you ever knowing why. But here's the empowering truth. Awareness is the first step toward reclaiming that confidence. And the solutions are straightforward, accessible, and transformative. Start small with a switch to moist wipes or flushable cleansing cloths, which gently dissolve residue without irritation and leave the area feeling refreshingly clean, far superior to dry paper's abrasive drag. For an even more seamless upgrade, a bidet attachment for your toilet is a game changer. Affordable models install in minutes, deliver a targeted water rinse, and dry quickly, mimicking the thoroughness of a shower without the effort. If mobility remains a barrier, long-handled hygiene wands or extenders, ergonomically designed with soft, curved tips, are widely available at pharmacies or online, allowing you to maintain precision without twisting or straining your back. These aren't concessions to frailty, they're smart adaptations that affirm your independence. Embracing these changes isn't merely about banishing an odor, it's a profound act of self-preservation, safeguarding the dignity that aging should enhance, not diminish. Imagine waking up each day with that assured sense of freshness. No second-guessing your scent before a coffee run or a chat with grandchildren. That cleanliness reignites a spark, urging you to linger longer in conversations, venture out for walks under the sun, or share a hearty laugh without reservation. Confidence like that isn't subtle. It projects through your posture, your easy smile, the way you hold space in a room. People respond in kind, drawn to your vitality rather than distanced by unspoken doubts. And in the later chapters of life, where every moment of ease feels like a gift, this quiet victory over a hidden hurdle brings an unmatched peace, a gentle reminder that you're still very much in charge of your story. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Number 2. Infrequent underwear changes. Now, let's address another subtle yet surprisingly influential factor in how older men experience body odor: the frequency with which they change their underwear. On the surface, it might strike you as a minor detail, easily dismissed amid the bigger rhythms of daily life. But in reality, this one habit can be the dividing line between arriving in a space exuding quiet freshness and unintentionally carrying a stale, lingering trace that shadows your every step. It's a conversation worth having, not out of criticism, but because small adjustments here can unlock a world of renewed comfort and poise. Aging reshapes our physiology in ways that quietly alter how we manage heat and moisture. The body's thermoregulation isn't as efficient. Sweat production might spike unevenly, or evaporation could slow down due to thinner skin and slower circulation, leaving certain areas like the groin perpetually warmer and damper than in our younger years. Layer on top of that the tendency to reuse the same pair of underwear for 2, 3, or even more days, and you create an ideal breeding ground for odors that don't just fade with time but build cumulatively, seeping into your outer clothes and embedding in fabrics around your home. What's particularly insidious is how stealthy this process can be. For many men in retirement or living independently, the structured cadence of work-life hygiene routines fades away. Mornings stretch lazily, errands feel optional, and without the external prompt of a commute or social calendar, it's easy to rationalize, "I haven't been active today, no sweat, no need to change." Yet odor isn't solely the byproduct of vigorous movement. It accumulates relentlessly from the skin's everyday exfoliation, the subtle sheen of natural sebum oils that lubricate and protect, and, perhaps most overlooked, those intermittent dribbles of urine that become increasingly common after prostate changes, weakened pelvic muscles, or side effects from diuretics and other common prescriptions. These microleaks might register as nothing more than a fleeting warmth, easily ignored, but they saturate the cotton or synthetic fibers, fostering a humid microclimate where bacteria multiply unchecked. It's the bacteria, not the initial moisture, that unleashes the true culprit: volatile compounds like ammonia and sulfides that manifest as that sharp, musty tang. The longer the underwear remains in place, the more it acts as a sponge, absorbing these emissions only to release them back onto your skin in a vicious cycle, worsened by friction from walking or shifting in your seat. And let's not overlook the role of the underwear itself. If your drawer is stocked with relics from a decade ago, stretched elastic bands and thick, non-porous materials like old-school cotton blends are likely trapping heat like a greenhouse, stifling airflow, and accelerating the breakdown. Breathability matters more than ever now, as modern synthetics or aging fabrics fail to wick away dampness, turning what should be a protective layer into an unwitting amplifier of scent. The good news? Reversing this doesn't require overhauls, just intentional consistency and a few thoughtful upgrades. Commit to a daily ritual. Fresh underwear every morning, regardless of your plans. Treat it like brushing your teeth, a non-negotiable anchor to self-care that takes mere seconds but pays dividends all day. Pair this with a refresh of your collection. Opt for boxer briefs or trunks in moisture-wicking bamboo, modal, or advanced polyester blends engineered for seniors, featuring antimicrobial treatments and seamless designs that minimize chafing. These aren't luxuries. They're practical allies, available in packs at big box stores or specialized lines for mature skin, ensuring softness without sacrifice. The transformation is immediate and profound. You'll notice the difference in how your skin breathes, how your trousers hang without that faint cling of staleness, even how your recliner or bed sheets retain their neutral scent rather than absorbing echoes of the day. But beyond the tangible freshness lies something deeper, a bolstered sense of dignity that permeates your entire demeanor. When you slip into crisp, supportive underwear each dawn, it's an act of quiet rebellion against complacency, a declaration that, no matter the chapter, you honor the vessel that's carried you this far. That self-respect radiates outward, inviting warmer interactions, bolder engagements with the world, and a subtle pride in knowing you've chosen vitality over inertia. In the end, it's a simple pivot that reaffirms your worth. You matter, your comfort commands it, and every fresh start is a testament to the enduring spark within. Number 3. Neglecting bathroom ventilation. One of the most overlooked yet insidious contributors to persistent body odor in older men isn't something attached to the skin or clothing. It's lurking invisibly in the very atmosphere surrounding them. More precisely, it's the heavy, stagnant, and perpetually humid air that permeates their bathroom like an unwelcome fog. This isn't just a minor inconvenience. It's a stealthy environmental factor that can subtly sabotage even the most diligent personal hygiene efforts, leading to odors that seep into fabrics, skin, and self-perception without anyone quite pinpointing the source. You might assume that a bathroom, with its tiled walls and waterproof fixtures, is inherently equipped to manage the everyday barrage of steam and splashes. After all, it's a space built for wetness. However, without adequate ventilation, that assumption crumbles. Poor or absent airflow transforms what should be a refreshing post-shower sanctuary into a breeding chamber for trapped moisture. Every hot, steamy shower releases clouds of vapor into the air. Every toilet flush disperses fine particles of moisture, and every carelessly draped towel or forgotten washcloth adds to the saturation. Over hours, days, and weeks, this unchecked humidity builds into a pervasive problem, fostering an ecosystem where unwanted smells thrive. The science behind this is straightforward yet eye-opening. Excess moisture in the air doesn't evaporate quickly, it lingers and infiltrates. It seeps into porous surfaces like bath mats, which act as sponges for dampness, turning them into odor-trapping reservoirs. Towels, left to air dry in this soupy environment, never fully shed their wetness, allowing mildew spores to take root and multiply. Even the clothes you hang on a nearby hook or fold on a shelf absorb that clammy essence, carrying it out into the rest of your home or wardrobe. Bacteria and mold flourish in these conditions, breaking down organic matter and releasing volatile compounds that manifest as that telltale musty, earthy, or faintly sour aroma. For older men, who might have a heightened sensitivity to environmental changes due to age-related shifts in metabolism or skin barrier function, this can compound into a cycle that's hard to break. Moreover, the human nose plays tricks on us in familiar spaces. If you've lived in the same home for years, especially solo, your olfactory senses can become acclimated, a phenomenon called olfactory fatigue, dulling your awareness of these gradual buildups. You might step out feeling clean and invigorated, oblivious to the invisible hitchhikers on your skin. But others aren't so forgiving. A visiting friend might detect it in a subtle shift in the room's air. A caregiver could notice it wafting from your collar during a conversation. Even infrequent family drop-ins might exchange discreet glances, attributing it to just getting older rather than voicing the discomfort. These encounters can erode social confidence, turning casual interactions into self-conscious ordeals, all because of an unseen atmospheric culprit. Consider the tactile aftermath of a shower in such a space. You emerge dripping, reach for a towel that's been marinating in humid air for days, and unwittingly pat a film of mildew spores and bacterial residue back onto your freshly scrubbed body. That damp towel doesn't just dry you. It reintroduces contaminants, embedding them into hair follicles and skin pores. And it's not limited to fabrics. The humid air itself hinders evaporation from your body. In moisture-rich bathrooms, water droplets cling longer to the body's contours, particularly in crease-prone areas like the underarms, groin, abdomen folds, or even the creases of the neck and elbows. These zones remain subtly sodden, creating microenvironments where skin bacteria metabolize sweat residues into odorous byproducts. No wonder deodorant feels futile. It's fighting an uphill battle against an environment that's actively undermining it. The good news is that reversing this doesn't require a bathroom overhaul or fancy gadgets. It's about embedding smart, consistent habits into your daily rhythm. Prioritize ventilation as an unbreakable ritual. If your bathroom boasts an exhaust fan, and many older homes do, tucked away in the ceiling, flip it on the moment you step into the shower and let it hum for a full 15 to 20 minutes post-bath, long enough to purge the steam and swap it for drier, fresher air. Position yourself under the spray, knowing the fan is pulling contaminants toward the outdoors, not recirculating them around you. Lacking a fan? No excuses. Prop open a window, even if it's just a few inches, to invite a cross breeze that whisks away the haze. In colder months, a quick post-shower door crack to the hallway can suffice, allowing hallway air to dilute and displace the buildup. Beyond airflow, rethink how you handle post-bath items. Drape towels over a rod or shower curtain where air can circulate freely on all sides. Avoid cramming them into tight corners, bunching them on hooks, or sandwiching them against walls, as these traps prevent drying and invite decay. Rotate your towel every 2 to 3 uses, washing it in hot water with a splash of vinegar to kill lingering microbes. Bath mats are notorious culprits too. Their rubbery undersides and plush tops hoard moisture like secrets. Swap them out weekly or opt for quick-dry microfiber versions that shed water faster. Invest in a dehumidifier for chronically steamy spaces if needed, setting it to maintain 40 to 50% humidity levels, which strikes a balance between comfort and mold prevention. These tweaks yield ripple effects you'll feel immediately. Towels emerge from the wash softer and less prone to that faint sour tang. Clothes hung nearby retain their crisp, neutral scent, and your skin, finally able to breathe and dry thoroughly, feels smoother and less irritated. Over time, the cumulative impact elevates your entire living space. Less staleness in the air means fewer odors migrating to bedrooms or living rooms. It's more than hygiene. It's reclaiming control over your environment, fostering a sense of vitality that radiates outward. In a world that often overlooks the nuances of aging gracefully, mastering your bathroom's air quality is a quiet act of self-respect, ensuring you step into every interaction smelling and feeling like the best version of yourself. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Number 4. Skipping deodorant or using the wrong kind. In the golden years of retirement, when schedules loosen and the daily grind fades, it's tempting for some older men to streamline their grooming rituals, trimming away what once felt essential. Deodorant, sadly, frequently tops that list of casualties, dismissed as an outdated formality from a more active era. I'm not pounding the pavement or breaking a sweat in meetings anymore, the reasoning goes, and with all this home time, does it really matter? Yet, this casual omission overlooks a fundamental reality. Body odor doesn't require profuse perspiration to emerge. It simmers subtly from baseline metabolic processes, and without that crucial barrier, it can intensify, becoming a quiet betrayer in close quarters, wafting during a hug from a grandchild, lingering in a shared car ride, or even tainting the air during a doctor's visit. The oversight runs deeper than convenience. As men navigate their 60s, 70s, and beyond, physiological shifts reshape how the body generates and manages scents. Hormonal fluctuations, like declining testosterone levels, alter sebum production, the skin's natural oils that lubricate and protect. These oils, once balanced, now interact with the skin's resident microbiome in novel ways. Armpits, with their apocrine glands that secrete protein-rich sweat, become hotspots where bacteria like Corynebacterium feast on those lipids, fermenting them into thioalcohols and other pungent volatiles. The result? A sharper, more persistent aroma that daily showers alone can't eradicate, as water rinses away surface debris but leaves glandular secretions intact. Add in factors like reduced skin cell turnover or medications that tweak sweat composition, common with blood pressure or cholesterol meds, and the stage is set for unmanaged odor to take hold. It's rarely a lapse in overall cleanliness. Plenty of fastidious men shower scrupulously, scrubbing with soap and loofahs, only to find the issue persists because they've bypassed that final shield. Skipping deodorant entirely is the most glaring error, but even partial efforts falter when the product doesn't align with evolved needs. Nostalgia traps many, sticking loyally to the gel stick from decades past, assuming its familiarity guarantees efficacy. But formulations from the 80s or 90s, heavy on certain alcohols or weak on antimicrobials, may now evaporate too quickly on drier, thinner skin or fail to neutralize the specific bacterial strains that dominate with age. Then there's the allure of healthier alternatives, like aluminum-free natural deodorants, which eschew synthetic blockers for plant-based ingredients such as baking soda or arrowroot. Commendable for avoiding potential pore-clogging concerns, but they often lack the robust, all-day adhesion required for mature skin's unique pH and oil profile. What starts as a fresh application can sour by midday, as natural formulas permit more sweat to escape, feeding those very bacteria. Compounding this is a common mix-up between product types. Deodorants primarily combat odor via fragrances and antibacterial agents, while antiperspirants deploy aluminum salts to plug ducts and curb sweat volume. Hybrid combos exist, but choosing a solo deodorant leaves sweating unchecked, or vice versa, odor unmasked. Either way, breakthrough smells emerge within hours, especially in warmer climates or during light exertion like gardening. I recall Harold vividly, a spry 78-year-old with a salt and pepper beard, a penchant for classic novels, and a garage workshop that hummed with half-finished projects. He embodied low-maintenance charm. A quick morning rinse, a splash of aftershave, and out the door, deodorant deemed superfluous in his post-career ease. His daughter, ever the tactful one, broached it during a weekend visit, confessing that a faint, acrid note clung to his shirts even after laundering, turning her hugs into hesitant side embraces. It stung his pride at first, but curiosity won. He experimented with skips during solo days and confirmed the drift. The turning point came with a targeted switch, a clinical-strength antiperspirant deodorant roll-on, applied to clean, dry underarms at night for maximum absorption. Within a week, his wardrobe breathed easier, no more yellowed pits or stubborn stains, and interactions flowed smoothly, free from that invisible barrier. Harold's stride gained a subtle swagger. He hosted card nights again, unself-conscious, realizing that this tiny ritual wasn't vanity but empowerment, bridging the gap between how he felt inside and how he landed with others. So, pause amid your morning mirror check. Inventory your current arsenal. If it's gathering dust, resurrect it. If it's outdated, scout options tailored to seniors. Look for long-lasting formulas with probiotics to balance skin flora, or gel types that glide smoothly over coarser arm hair. Test during a low-stakes day. Apply post-shower, note the hold through errands, and adjust scents to neutral or woodsy, avoiding overpowering florals that clash with natural skin notes. Reapply midday if needed, especially after heat exposure. And remember, it's not about perfection but presence. Deodorant as that unassuming ally, ensuring your essence shines through clearly, inviting connection rather than distance. Age bestows wisdom, stories, and depth. Don't let a forgivable slip dim that light. You're crafting a legacy of poise, one fresh application at a time. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Number 5. Using air fresheners instead of tackling real odors. Among the subtle pitfalls that erode bathroom freshness for older men, few are as pervasive, or as counterproductive, as leaning on air fresheners as a quick-fix savior rather than rooting out the genuine culprits. That satisfying hiss of aerosol or the plug-in's gentle glow offers instant gratification, a perfumed veil over the chaos. Yet, this Band-Aid approach merely camouflages the mess, often amplifying it into a cloying cocktail that seeps into linens, apparel, and even hair, etching itself into the infamous old man smell lexicon. What begins as a courteous spritz evolves into a sensory smokescreen, fooling no one but the sprayer and potentially straining relationships in ways that sting more than any whiff. The habit takes root innocently enough, a post-flush puff to spare roommates or visitors, or a habitual mist to declare the space done. But without confronting the undercurrents, stagnant humidity, bacterial biofilms, or residue buildup, that freshener dances atop a volatile brew. Imagine layering citrus zing over urine crystals etched under the toilet rim, or floral notes atop mildew blooming in grout lines. The alchemy yields not harmony but discord, a synthetic sharpness that screams, hiding something, detectable from across the room. For seniors, whose olfactory acuity may wane with age-related nerve changes, anosmia affecting up to 30% over 70, this blind spot widens. You perceive equilibrium, but a guest's sharper nose registers the mismatch, perhaps as an awkward elephant in the powder room, subtly coloring their stay. George exemplified this all too well, a dapper 78-year-old with a closet of pressed slacks, a weekly bridge club, and a bathroom perpetually scented like a lemon grove in overdrive. We'd gather for Thursday night cards at his cozy bungalow, where the air hummed with citrus promise, lulling you into complacency. But peel back the layers, and it unraveled, a faint undercurrent of damp earth and ammonia, like an orchard muddled with locker room. His ritual? Hourly sprays to keep things tidy, masking a culprit trio, a worn toilet wax ring leaking vapors, perpetually fogged mirrors from unvented showers, and towels furled in a corner hamper, stewing in their own juices. He beamed at compliments on his fresh home, blind to the truth until his daughter, over Easter brunch, ventured, "Dad, it smells intense, like it's working overtime." Her words landed like a gentle wake-up. A plumber's visit, fan installations, and a deep clean later, the lemon faded to a whisper, replaced by honest airiness. George's pride swelled, not from scent, but from authenticity. At its core, this misstep inverts priorities. Air fresheners shine as enhancers for the spotless, not saviors for the soiled. They disperse volatile organic compounds, VOCs, that temporarily dominate the air, but as they dissipate, rebound odors surge stronger, trained noses piercing the facade. For older men, where mobility or vision might limit deep cleans, the cycle entrenches, odors migrating via laundry hampers or HVAC to bedrooms and beyond. The fix demands a foundational pivot. Reclaim your bathroom as a zone of proactive purity, layer by layer. Begin with the elemental foe, moisture, the enabler of all ills. Dampness begets mold's fuzzy tendrils and bacteria's slimy films, both exhaling must and rot. Activate that exhaust fan religiously, timing it to 20 minutes post-use, or rig a timer for forgetfulness-proof operation. In fanless setups, embrace the window as an ally. A strategic crack channels exhaust outward, while a bathroom door ajar post-shower invites dilution from drier halls. Dehumidifiers, compact and quiet, excel in windowless nooks, humming at 45% humidity to starve fungi without overdrying skin. Next, assault the throne room. The toilet harbors more odor archives than meets the eye. Beyond the visible bowl swirl, scour the unseen, jet sprays under the rim to dissolve mineral-stuck residues, a vinegar-soaked cloth around the base to lift seal leaks, and a toothbrush vigil on hinge crevices where grime festers. Weekly, embrace the full ritual. Baking soda sprinkle, vinegar pour, and a fizzing scrub that neutralizes without harsh chemicals. Extend to the periphery. Mop floors with a bleach-free enzymatic cleaner that devours organics. Wipe switches, handles, and towel bars with disinfectant wipes, as fingerprints vary scents. Even refresh the shower curtain with a hot wash, banishing biofilm ghosts. With cleanliness secured, introduce scent sparingly, as an accent, not an anchor. Shun heavy aerosols for earthier allies. A saucer of baking soda in the corner absorbs quietly. Essential oil diffusers with lavender or eucalyptus offer subtle diffusion, evaporating cleanly without VOC overload. Linen sprays on dry towels impart a whisper that fades gracefully. These choices harmonize, amplifying cleanliness rather than competing with it. Ultimately, the pursuit transcends aroma. It's the stewardship of sanctuary. A bathroom that whispers, cared for, through unadorned freshness outshines any orchestrated bouquet, signaling self-regard to all who enter. For the man gazing back from the mirror, it's renewal. Space that invigorates, not conceals, affirming that vitality persists in the details. Clean trumps covered every time, weaving respect into every breath shared. As we wrap up this honest conversation about reclaiming your freshness and confidence through those 5 simple bathroom shifts: proper wiping, daily underwear changes, better ventilation, smarter deodorant choices, and ditching the air freshener crutch. Remember, these aren't just tips. They're quiet acts of self-love that let you step into every room with the dignity you've always deserved, no matter your age. You've got the power to turn the page on that unwanted odor and feel truly alive again. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one key lesson that's sticking with you from today's video? Drop it in the comments below. Share that one habit you're committing to practice starting tomorrow, whether it's grabbing those moist wipes or firing up the exhaust fan without fail. Your story could inspire another viewer who's nodding along right now. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more real talk guides that keep you feeling your best. Thanks for joining me. See you in the next one, fresh and fierce.